Click, 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 click. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. Hugs, bougie kiss, mwah, bougie kiss, mwah. Hi, you guys. Every time I come back to the channel, even if I take just a short break, it feels like forever. And I know I always say that, but like, it's true because this really is my favorite social media platform. Like, low key, okay, the cat's off the bag. Like, you're not supposed to say that, but if I had to pick a favorite social platform, it is YouTube, because y'all are literally like my family and I love you guys so much. Anyway, before I get a little too far ahead of myself, www.lawofassumtionprincess.com if you would like to book one-on-one coaching with yours truly and browse anything else that I have to offer. As always, make sure that you read that disclaimer in full before booking. It helps you out. It helps me out, and it just makes everything easier for the both of us. Mwah, love you, thank you. Princess Subliminal is on in the background, okay? Because today we are going to sink our teeth into manifesting money, okay? A lot of people have been wanting me to talk about manifesting money, and I don't know why. I feel like I don't talk about manifesting money a lot on here, which is so fucking hilarious to me, which is actually crazy, because that's one of my favorite things to do, and actually one of the things that I personally feel is easy to manifest, like the easiest thing to manifest. Now, as we know, everything is equally easy to manifest, and that is very true, but I want y'all to understand just how easy it is to manifest money into your life. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with this. I started really making a change with the way that I viewed money, my relationship with it, surrounding it in totality, and I want to say maybe summer of 2022, okay, you guys? And one of the first things I did, now this was just me being kind of playful, because manifestation is literally just playful. It's playful energy. It's not taking anything too serious. It's just enjoying the fact that you're the alchemist, you're the operant power, and the god of your own reality, and what you say goes. So what I started to do was look back on the narrative that was perpetuated throughout my life about money, what I was taught about money. And I started reflecting on this specific statement that has always irritated me throughout my entire life, but especially when I started learning about the law and consciously applying it to my life, it really started to grind the frick out of my gears, which was, money doesn't grow on trees. Now, this statement really aggravated me because even before I knew about the law, not only did I find it limiting, I found it very victim state-like, because I mean, hello. And it also annoyed me because if you want to be technical, if you want to get technical, that's not true, right? So what I did when I decided I really wanted to do a whole 180 with my relationship with money, I started analyzing the very things that I was taught. I looked at that statement, and my annoyance and disgust with it inspired me to make a whole new affirmation created around that obviously would benefit me. So what I started telling myself, this is one of the first things I started telling myself, and I really honestly started telling myself this shit just for fun. I'm actually pretty sure I mentioned this on the channel before. The first affirmation I created for myself was, money grows on trees for me. Money grows on trees for me. Money grows on trees for me. And that felt so liberating and freeing for me to say, because it felt like a big middle finger, okay, to the popular narrative that society has cultivated. And I felt so good every single time I told myself this. I just started perpetuating a new story. I just started ruminating in a new story. I didn't worry about whether or not it was logical. I didn't worry about whether or not it made sense. Because if I'm being completely honest, y'all know I'm queen of Delulu. Okay, a lot of the shit that I say makes sense whether or not it's logical or not, because logic has no place in manifestation. And even as a concept, logic is really outdated, if you want to be honest. And that's a whole nother video. Every time I sit down and make content about one particular topic, I get little like ting, little light bulbs going off in my head, and I'm like, oh shit, want to talk about that in another video, want to talk about that in another video. But anyway, logic has no place in manifestation, and at this point in time, I already knew that. I had been established that understanding within myself. So saying that money grew on trees for me made absolute sense. the second principle and affirmation that I started implementing that really helped me, and this made me feel very comfortable and anchored in my belief, which was that money is here to serve me. Money is here to serve me. Money is here to make my life better. Money is here so that it has a purpose. It has a purpose through me. And let me just stop for a second before I go any further and emphasize this. This is very true, okay? This is very true based off of the simple fact that money is but a material object, okay? It has no life source of its own. It is not a sentient being. It has no capabilities, and it really has no relevancy outside of us as human beings. Like, if we weren't human beings living amongst this earth, okay, who have been born into this society and have to default use this green piece of paper as a form of currency, money itself would be obsolete, okay? So if we decided tomorrow that we're all going to transfer over to a new form of currency, this current form of currency that we use as of right now would then be obsolete. Okay? It would then fade into oblivion, because it's not the money itself that is important, that is valuable. It is us as people, as human consciousness, assigning it importance and meaning and value, which then gives it a life source and gives it a way to be important. And this goes for all of your desires. I'm not going to go off on another tangent right now, but this really does go for every single one of your desires. And that is why I consistently emphasize to you all that your desires are not the thing that is giving you power or validity. You are the one that possesses it, and your desires have a newfound life source through your validity, because you're just valid and whole and complete on your own, and they're coming in to back up your realization of that. So anyway, if you're waiting for a certain dollar amount to make you whole, I would highly recommend that you stop because you're going to find out one way or another that money and material items are not the things that make you a master manifester. They're not the things that make you more important, more valuable, or any of those things. You just are that all on your own. You are a cosmic miracle, period. Okay? I had to get that out the way. Okay? But anyway, yes. Long story short, damn, Tiff, I started telling myself that money is here to serve me, because quite literally it is. Money is not of any importance. I am of the importance. And if it wasn't for me, money wouldn't even have a place in this world. It would just be a thing, or it wouldn't even be a thing at all. Duh. So once I started understanding that this is something that is supposed to be in my possession, this isn't something that I'm supposed to chase, this isn't something that I'm supposed to work hard for, it's not supposed to be a give and take. Let's remember all of those things about having to relentlessly work for X amount of years, overextend yourself just to live slightly comfortably. Those are all outdated programs. Those are all things that were told to us. Those are not of our actual belief system. They were force-fed to us when we didn't know better, when we didn't have a say in it. We just had to accept what we were taught, okay? And then they camouflaged. They camouflaged into what we thought was our natural belief system. But thinking that you have to work hard for money, thinking that there's a give and take when it comes to money or really anything in this reality, is a outdated program. Okay? That is not of you. That is not of your beliefs. That is not of your genuine, wholehearted belief system. You were not born into this world thinking that. So I know that for a lot of people, that can tend to be a hard spot when it comes to understanding how to manifest money, because you're connecting money with having to give something, having to work towards something, having to do hard labor. But that is not the truth. Money is here to serve you. That is the truth. Money is here to make your life easier. That is the truth. Not to make your life harder, okay? So I need you to unplug from any outside source, any nagging voice in your head that may be convincing you, oh, how can you get X amount of money if you don't work hard? Da, 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 da. That's not how this world was initially set up. So eradicate it from your mind. Damn. Anyway, I also wanted to mention, y'all know my favorite manifestation book in the world is The World is a Mirror by Nada Amari. And I remember, if I remember correctly, I think the first time I read it was in 2020, October of 2023. I think the first time that I read it was in October of 2023, and there was some paragraph or portion of that book is about money. And she was basically saying how, for example, if you were to go to the mall and spend over your budget, you're only apprehensive about spending over your budget because you genuinely feel as though that money will not come back to you, that money will not return back to you. And when she broke it down, it's like a whole dissertation in her book. I tell y'all about that book all the time. The World is a Mirror, not an Amari. It is a great book, but she basically breaks down how exactly everything in your reality is a mirror of your own thoughts and beliefs. And that portion about money, something about that just clicked for me. I highly recommend taking a gander at that, because reading that really allowed me to understand that the stories I'm ruminating in about my finances are directly what is reflecting back to me. So after I read that, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the time to really apply this to my life for, let's say, the next 3 weeks. And those 3 weeks, I just started changing my story for the better. I started changing my story for the better when it came to finances. When I would spend, it's not like I was going outside and just like, okay, like swipe, being, you know, relentless and crazy, but I wasn't walking on eggshells, if I could put it simply. And I saw how my relationship with money was changing. I started to get fixated on a particular amount that I would like to receive weekly. I got clear on a figure. I said, this is what I'm gonna make each week. I surpassed that amount so quickly. I surpassed that amount so quickly because I stopped making it about the outside elements, and I started finding it so much easier to do. I found it so simple because I already understood the law at this point in time, as we all do. We all understand the base fundamentals of this law, for sure, right? And so at that point in time, I was understanding that it's just as simple as my loyalty to the story I'm telling. It's just as simple as looking in the mirror with the desired reflection that I would like to see back to me. That is it. I have to stay loyal to my vision. I have to stay loyal to what I'm deciding is going to take place in my reality, and it simply will reflect. Now, I will say with money, I really honestly don't, just genuinely speaking, I don't have too many limiting beliefs surrounding money because of the fact that I've never been very attached to money. I have never really been very attached to money. I've never clung on to the narratives that have, you know, been perpetuated about money. I've never identified with any of it. I've always felt as though money is easy to manifest because it's just a simple man-made object. It's not even a real thing. It's literally man-made. So, of course, just having that natural disposition going into it helps. But I'm coming to y'all and making this video because I feel as though money is something that everyone is super worried about, and I get it because of what we're told and, you know, the times that we're living in and the things that we hear on the news and the things that we hear people say. But I want you to know that you are entitled to an abundant life. I don't want you to just be fixated on a number amount. I want you to get familiar with abundance and prosperity, because those things they're not necessarily attached to just money. You could have money and not be in an abundant perspective. You could have a lot of money and not be of a prosperous mindset, of an abundant mindset. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Trust me. If you know, you know. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. But no, seriously, the money is not the thing that is making you rich. Your perspective of money is. Your perspective of money is. Your perspective of abundance is. But ultimately, at the end of it all, manifesting money is very, very easy. It's genuinely a mere reflection. Like, and it just can't get any easier than that. I can't even, it's almost so easy that I'm finding myself trying to over explain it because it's that easy, y'all. Like, and there isn't a particular arithmetic or technique. Y'all know I'm not really a technique girly. Sure, you can pick any number and affirm and saturate in that and do what feels right to you. Go ahead and have at it. But it ultimately all comes down to what your story about it is. Are you expecting that when you go shopping you're not gonna have enough the next week? Are you expecting that when you take yourself out, when you enjoy a night out on the town, that you're not gonna have enough for bills? What is that story? And really analyze that and realize, okay, this story that I have on replay is really genuinely what is getting reflected back to me. All of these external forces, like the job market, all the things that we hear all the time, that, oh my God, I'm just so fucking tired of all the fear-based shit, we just gotta let it go. All of that stuff that we're convinced into thinking is so permanent and it's so real really doesn't matter, because we are above all of that shit. It is all just circumstantial, and we already know better than that at this point in time. Okay, you guys, so there is no magic recipe, because everything is consciousness. Everything is consciousness at the end of the day. Y'all will not hear me really ruminate on too many techniques y'all never really have on this channel. I've always just been like an affirmation person, but everything is consciousness at the end of the day. So it is all about the storyline. What does the story say? What is the playbook saying? What is the next scene? Let's analyze that. And if we don't like it, we have to rewrite it. We have to rewrite it. But money is so easy to manifest, y'all. I just got clear on what my story was. I just got clear on what I was telling myself, and I stuck to it, and I persisted in it, and I ruminated on it, and I permeated on it, and I said, bitch, this is my reality, sucker. And now I'm in it, and now it's normal. So duh. Okay, I'm gonna end it right here. I feel like this is kind of long, a little long and rambly, but there's nothing wrong with long and rambly. We like that. Anyway, make sure you guys follow my socials. I have a million socials. Follow all of them. Love you so much, and see you in the next video. And until next time, you know that I love you. 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 Switching positions for you.